Ooh, someone's dream captured a good one. This was a mega ship, y'all. Take me with you. I'm trying to go to the ancestral lands. Take me. Unbelievable. What are they talking about? That thing was coasting. Look at this. If you if you see the last two videos I was watching, I'm thinking that it was just fired from some type of alien ship. You know, from the custodians of the Anunnaki. Don't get me started, man.
I'll go a little bit further. It says, but it is not really so, O king, but we fall because our weakness and because we have nothing anywhere to lay a hold of. And so we suddenly fall down like lightnings in the depth of night.
Is this an actual seraphim? Where it has eyes around it, and look, it has wheels around it as well. A wheel within a wheel. You guys see that? I got goosebumps. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jet Ski Chuck, back with another creepy and scary TikTok reaction video. You already know that these disturbing and scary theories, mind-blowing, head-spinning theories might just keep you up all night, might just change your entire reality. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And just a quick disclaimer, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. It's up to us to distinguish fact from fiction and decipher what's true and what's false. Do your own research on everything. Without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. That was straight out the movie Anaconda, wasn't it? I would be gone.
Placing a seed under your tongue before planting may be the key to miracle health and longevity. Now, this process is actually called signature planting. And it is said that when you place a seed under your tongue for 7 seconds, it will actually start to interact with your DNA. And after this connection takes place, it creates some sort of superfood based on your own genetic requirements or deficiencies. Now, what's mind-blowing is I've seen many testimonials and stories of people saying their grandfathers and their great-grandfathers used to do this before planting their seeds. So maybe this was just a known fact back in the day. And if anyone has any experiences or stories about this, let us know in the comments down below. And this theory certainly resonates with me, as I believe all of nature was designed with us in mind. Peace and love.
Wow, that's interesting. You just place it in your mouth or under your tongue for 7 seconds, germinate it, then you drop it down. That sounds a lot better than, you know, letting it soak in a paper towel with water or something. That's interesting. Let me know in the thoughts below if you guys did something like that. Damn. This is in Michigan. Water Valete, passing by October 5th, 2024. According to NASA and 100 eyewitnesses. Did you guys see that? That thing was bright. What was that? Let's see if we can dive into that. Michigan meteorite? What is going on? Michigan meteorite. So the comments are saying people have seen this in Ohio. Like this was seen from, you know, all around the northern America region. But that thing definitely landed somewhere. Jump in the comments if you know anything about this. That's good footage, man. Look at the tail on that thing. Was this a ship? If you if you see the last two videos I was watching, I'm thinking that it was just fired from some type of alien ship, you know, from the custodians of the Anunnaki. Don't get me started, man. Those videos messed me up, man. So I'm starting to think, what was this? Is this some type of special craft that's traveling in and out of our firmament, going to another one? I don't know. Said Michigan had a meteor shower. Here's some footage. That doesn't look like no meteor shower. What are they talking about? That thing was coasting. Look at this. Are you kidding me? They might be lying about these meteor showers, and these might be actual vehicles. For entertainment purposes, of course. But look at them. They're not changing trajectory because they got somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? They might be doing that for 5 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? Are those things possibly going in and out of the firmament, whatever those things are? Maybe that's why they burn up, because they have to hit a certain speed to get past the firmament, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm thinking completely different now. You know, there ain't much on this one. Ooh, someone's dream captured a good one. This was a mega ship, y'all. Look at it. That thing is gone. That is going straight beyond the Antarctic wall, y'all. That thing ain't landed on Earth. It is going straight past. You know, it's a different technology, man. I'm starting to think these ain't what we think they are, man. We need a telescope to zoom in on these bad boys and see the technology, see what it really is. It has to penetrate the firmament is what I'm thinking, man. Dang! Did you see that? Is there any sound? Unbelievable. Guys, drop in the comments your thoughts. Think about the last two videos we watched and what possibly this could be. If you're just now joining me and you haven't seen my last two videos, you need to watch them because it's really going to open your eyes to, like, man.
The meteor that flew over Detroit the other day, here it is. Landed right here in Livonia.
I don't know, bro. You would have picked it up or you would have showed us. I don't know. But it does look like something that definitely crashed. I'm not going to lie. This is in Bronson, Michigan. A green fireball. Unbelievable. I wish I could have seen it. Let's see if someone can actually tell us what comments are, you know. Saw this in the sky over Goodrich, Michigan. I would be tripping if I saw that. I ain't gonna lie. I would be tripping. I'm like, what is that? Take me with you. I'm trying to go to the ancestral lands. Take me. This is in daytime, y'all. Where'd it go? It just went behind the cloud? They are not telling us the truth about comments, guys. What are they? That pretty much looks like all they got for the meteorite in Michigan, that giant green fireball. Let's see if we can get some type of, some type of answers on what they actually are.
Then what do we see falling from the skies if they aren't meteors? Great question. Now let's get some scripture. Then what do we see falling from the skies if they aren't meteors? Great question. Now let's get some scriptures. And first going to take you to the Apocrypha, and then I'm going to find witnesses for it in the canon. All right, so it's actually fallen angels. It's demons that we see coming down, right? And we just see them and they look like falling stars because that's what people tell us what they are. They look like meteors because people tell us what they are, but that's not what they actually are. They're actually demons falling down to the earth. So now let's get some scriptures for it. This is Testament of Solomon, chapter 24, verse 20. It said, I therefore, having heard this, glorified Yahweh Elohim, and I questioned the demon again, saying, tell me how you can ascend into heaven, being demons, and intermingle amidst the stars and holy messengers. And he answered, just as things are fulfilled in heaven, so also on the earth the types of all of them. For there are principalities, authorities, world rulers, and we demons fly around in the air, and we hear the voices of the heavenly beings, and survey all the powers. And as having no ground on which to descend and rest, we lose strength and fall off like leaves from trees. And men seeing us imagine that the stars are falling from the sky. And I'll go a little bit further. It says, but it is not really so, O king, but we fall because our weakness and because we have nothing anywhere to lay a hold of. And so we suddenly fall down like lightnings in the depth of night. And we set cities in flames and the fields on fire, for the stars have firm foundations in the heavens like the sun and the moon. So that's very, very clear. Now you see why they took some of these books out, right? But hey, the Most High said knowledge will decrease in the last days. So here's your opportunity to get that knowledge. So, but of course, that's an apocryphal book, right? Maybe it's just absolutely BS and there's no grounds for that in the actual KJV. Let's get some scriptures. First, let's get a witness for the principalities, authorities, and the world rulers, and we demons fly around in the air, to make sure that we know that that's not talking about regular human world rulers like presidents and czars and kings and emperors. All right, let's go here. Ephesians 2 and 2. And it says, where in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. And we can know that these aren't just regular human beings, because they're talking about among whom also we all had our conversation in time past, in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of our flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. So now let's get the next one for that. I'm going to go to Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That's why we know it's not flesh and blood that they were talking about, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places up there. Now let's get what the Messiah himself says about these things. This is Luke 10 and 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. All right. See the same thing, but we fall because of the weakness, right? And fall down like lightnings in the depth of the night. Right. So now we see that this is demons that are falling down, but let's get more context. First, we see that the devils are subject unto us through thy name. They were happy about that. And he saw Satan fall. So they saw, people getting healed, but he saw Satan fall. Right. But then, just so you know, behold, I give unto you the power to tread on serpents and scorpions. These aren't literal serpents and literal scorpions. These are demonic entities. And over all the power of the enemy, the power of the angels, the demons of the enemy, and nothing shall be by any means hurt you. So now let's get some more context and more understanding around, is it possible that we could look up and see, and it looks like, a falling star. Oh, it looks like a comet. It looks like that, but what it really is a, being that's coming down. We're going to get two things. We're going to first establish, are they able to go up and down? All right. Are they able to go up and down? So let's first go to Job. Let's find out, is it possible for demons to go up there? Right. And, because this thing said that demons fly around in the air and we hear the voices of the heavenly beings and survey all the powers. Let's find, do we have any witnesses for that in the 66? Absolutely we do. We go right here to Job. Right. And it says, now there was a day when the sons of God, these are the heavenly beings, came to present themselves before Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. And Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. So we're seeing here, not only does Satan just roam around the earth, but he also walks up and down in it. So he can go up to the heavens and he can go down in the earth amongst us and go down into Sheol and then come back up. Now let's see some more evidence about angels being able to go up and down from heaven down to earth. So we established that demons could do it, but remember, demons are just bad angels, all right? They're just negative angels. So now let's see other powers that have that same ability. Let's go to Jacob's dream. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven, and behold, the angels of Elohim ascending and descending on it. This is how we know that it's not just it wasn't just human guys that are the children of God and things like that, while how some people don't believe in angels coming up and down, right? The reality is that we see here, right, to behold the angels of Elohim ascending and descending on it. Just to get a reference, just so we know, that word angels is malak. And the malak are the messengers. All right, it's a messenger, representative, messenger, angel, the theophanic angel.
He pulled up the blue letter Bible, bro. This brother ain't playing.
Okay, that's Strong's H4397. So it's not human beings that are the sons of God referenced in that aspect right there. It's actually these beings right here. So now that we've proven Testament of Solomon to be accurate on the point of angels falling down like lightning, and those angels falling down like lightning that we see being demons, and also that Satan can go up and down, right? Up and down on earth, right? The demons, they can go up and down. They don't just have to stay down here necessarily. And then let's get one more aspect, because remember, when we're looking, we're seeing, first of all, Jacob's dream, he was in a dream, but he was in vision, seeing these things in the spirit world, right? But however, is it possible for an angel to appear to us as something different or not appear to us? Can they change the way that we see them at all? Well, let's go beyond just them cloaking, as in like shifting form, but let's go to the fact that they can be right in front of us and we literally don't even see them. Right? Like they can change their form and they can also be in front of us and be completely invisible. That shows that they can shift the way that they are perceived by the human mind.
It says that Satan could be right next to you like a roaring lion at all times. I do remember that.
We go to Numbers 28 and we're going to go here. First out of 23. And the ass saw the angel of Yahweh standing in the way and his sword drawn in his hand. The ass turned aside out of the way and went into the field, and Balaam smote the ass to turn her into the way. Now, he didn't see the angel, but the ass saw it. The donkey did. So let's jump down to 27. And when the ass saw the angel of Yahweh, she fell down under Balaam. And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he smote the ass with a staff. I think this is a really cool thing about the Most High opening up the mouth of the ass right here. And she said unto Balaam, what have I done unto thee that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? So the donkey literally could talk to her, to talk to him. The female donkey was able to talk directly to him. Then, verse 31, Yahweh opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of Yahweh standing in the way and his sword drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. So first here, we're seeing that an angel can be right in front of you. An animal can see it, but you might not be able to see it. Someone that's able to see spiritually might be able to see what those things are that are falling from the sky. And you might be right next to them and not see it. You might be right next to them and just see, oh, it looks like a rock falling from the sky. But that thing may be something completely different, or it could be invisible. Like when you get the chills in the back of your neck sometimes and you feel like you're being watched in your room. Yeah, those are beings that are there that you just can't see them. You might be able to perceive them spiritually with a different sense, your pineal gland, if it's active, right? But you're not going to be able to see it with your 2 eyes most of the time. But they're always there. They're all around, right?
This brother he said you got to decalcify your pineal gland because, what was it on the Sixth Sense where he was like, I see people, it was something crazy, but this is wild. You got to think about meteor showers, man. So you got all these angels coming. So what, do angels just get created? How many angels are there up there? Because you got to think, these meteor showers, you'll probably see 50 a night. 50 meteors just getting burned up in the atmosphere. I guess that's the best way I can describe it until I get more knowledge. You see 50 demons just getting burnt up in the atmosphere. So how many is that? How many are there? Are angels just getting spawned? How do angels get created? You know? Drop in the comments if you got any answers to any of this. Please, we need to talk about this.
Telling us that they can shapeshift, they can change their form, they can change the way that they look, and they can minimize and diminish themselves. Let's watch this. Hebrews 13:2, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. So not only could you have possibly entertained that angel unaware, right? Like that person that you saw on the street might have been an angel and you didn't even realize it. They can change their form. They can look like whatever they want, really, and they can be invisible right in front of your face and you won't be able to see them. One last quick witness. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire around about Elisha. Those were angels.
It's not like hitting me like I would expect it to. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna keep diving on this. But let me know your guys' thoughts below.
Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to do a really quick video on falling stars because I've been getting a lot of questions about them here lately. Well, for one, as I'm speaking to the globe Earth believers, you guys believe that you're on a spinning ball going through outer space, but also at the same time you believe in falling stars. Well, if there's no gravity in space, how does a star fall? Why doesn't it go sideways or up? Why does it always fall down if there's no gravity in space? Okay, well, for one, there's no space. Now, here's the answer for my truthers out there. Now, the Testament of Solomon, just like the Book of Enoch, all these books were stripped from the Bible because they tell us what all these things are that surround us on this earth and what's going on up in the heavens and how everything is made. So, with that being said, let's look and see what Scripture says falling stars are. Okay, Solomon 1:13. And when they were gone, I ordered Amias to be brought forward, and said to him, tell me how you know this. And he answered, we demons ascend into the firmament of heaven, and fly about among the stars, and we hear the sentences which go forth upon the souls of men, and forthwith we come, and whether by force of influence, or by fire, or by sword, or by some accident, we veil our act of destruction. And if a man does not die of some untimely disaster or by violence, then we demons transform ourselves in such a way to appear to men and be worshipped in our human nature. Therefore, having heard this glorified the Lord God. And again I questioned the demons, saying, tell me how you can ascend into heaven, being demons, and amidst the stars and the holy angels intermingle. And he answered, just as things are fulfilled in heaven, so also on earth are fulfilled the types of all of them. For there are principalities, authorities, world rulers, and we demons fly about in the air. And we hear the voices of the heavenly beings, and survey all powers, as having no ground or bases on which to alight and rest. We lose strength and fall off like leaves from trees, and men, seeing us, imagine that the stars are falling from heaven. But it is not really so, King, but we fall because of our weakness, and because we have nowhere anything to lay hold of. And so we fall down like lightnings in the depth of night, and suddenly, and we set cities in flames and fire into fields. For the stars have firm foundations in the heaven, like the sun and the moon. Now, did you pay attention what that said right there? For the stars have firm foundations in the heaven, like the sun and moon, which means they can't fall. They are firmly put there for eternity. Stars do not fall. Demons fall, and I just showed you that in Scripture. It's really, really simple. You're being lied to about your whole reality, and I'm trying to teach you the real reality. It's time to wake up and quit believing these lies that these people have been feeding to you for centuries now. And what you got to ask yourself is, why all the books that were stripped from the Bible are the books that explain to us everything that's going on in the sky and what all these things are made and how they were made. And ain't it funny that all those are stripped from the Bible, and the only information you are given about everything up in the sky and all around you now is given to you by NASA? These are not fallen stars. These are the demons, the evil spirits, bound here for eternity until a judgment day. Stars are angels, just as Scripture of Enoch says, and that is why it's called a falling star. And they even hide it in the intro of Paramount movies, the fallen angels descending on Mount Hermon.
The book of Enoch, chapter 6. And the angels, the children of the heaven, and there were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called it Mount Hermon because they swore and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it.
Anyways, everyone have a good night. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
I feel like, yeah, falling off like leaves of a tree that lose their power. And notice how they said king, like they talking to Solomon, because you remember he had authority over these demons. So, yeah, y'all, this definitely got some validity. Makes a lot more sense. But it's like, where are they going? Is this the only way we can actually see demons? That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know, y'all, man. We got to talk about this one.
Or heard a loud boom this afternoon, you were not alone. People across 6 states reported feeling the impacts of what NASA now describes as a meteor. And tonight, News 4.
The sky over New York City already attracts plenty of attention. But today,
I don't know if we really had to ever think about that in the New York area.
people were looking up at more than the skyscrapers.
You have to have one bright enough, and it has to be right over New York to get all that attention.
Scientist Bill Cook, who leads NASA's Meteoroid Environments Office, is talking about a fireball, one bright enough to be seen in daylight.
Daytime fireballs are fairly rare, and New Yorkers got to see one this morning.
And boy, did they get an eyeful.
I got up. I'm looking like this way for about 3 seconds. It was like almost horizontal.
Judah Bergman's Lakewood, New Jersey office surveillance video shows him getting out of his chair and rushing to the window.
It just caught my eye. I saw a fireball just streaming through the sky. I couldn't believe it.
He turned to the place where many of us go for answers, the internet.
I looked up pictures on Google, and that's pretty much what I saw.
Some witnesses claim that space rock charted a picture-perfect course right above Lady Liberty's head. NASA scientists, though, say they're not quite sure. Cook says they have only 15 documented witnesses. The fireball was first spotted over New York Harbor, but where it went next...
We lack camera data and satellite data for this event. I'm just going off what the eyewitnesses said. So I can tell you it was definitely a meteor. It moved about 34,000 miles per hour, and it ended up over Midtown Manhattan. Anything else is pretty uncertain.
And Cook is confident the approximately 1-foot wide meteor did not cause the sonic booms reported by some. Jackie Beckford reporting, News 4, New York.
What if it did make that sonic boom? You know what I'm saying? I trust them boys as far as I could throw them, man. Straight up. What could be that fireball? Was that a level 9 demon that fell? Y'all tell me.
Stop wishing on falling stars. Stop wishing on falling stars. Don't do it. Never again. Tell your children, don't do it. Oh, I'm shook. Oh, I'm literally shaking shook. God made it very clear in the Bible, do not worship creation over the creator, including the sun, the moon, the stars. So we are all slowly realizing that the stars are not what NASA has told us. Nothing that NASA has told us is true, but that the stars are actually angels in the firmament, stationary in their position, and God called them each by name. So I had somebody ask me the other day, Auntie, what are falling stars then? I don't know, but we thought maybe what if it's an angel seeing that its person down on earth needs its help and it comes down to help and then pops back up. Nope. Who taught us to wish on falling stars? I'll tell you exactly who. The same who that would find great joy and power in getting God's children to worship the creation over the creator. You wish on a falling star your greatest wish that you hope will come true, giving that star more power than God. Why don't you go to God with that wish? Why do you need a falling star? You'll never want to wish on a falling star again after you hear the truth that I'm about to share. Those falling stars are not angels at all. Well, they are angels, and ironically, they're the fallen ones. Falling stars are demons. Check out the Testament of Solomon. We demons ascend into the firmament of heavens and fly about among the stars. And we hear the sentences which go forth upon the souls of men. And forthwith we come, and whether by force of influence, or by fire, or by sword, or by some accident, we veil our act of destruction. And if a man does not die by some untimely disaster or by violence, then we demons transform ourselves in such a way as to appear to men and to be worshipped in our human nature. Tell me how you can ascend into heavens being demons, and amidst the stars and holy angels intermingle. And he answered, just as things are fulfilled in heaven, so also on earth are fulfilled the types of all of them. For there are principalities, authorities, world rulers, and we demons fly about in the air, and we hear the voices of the heavenly being, and survey all the powers. And as having no ground on which to alight and rest, we lose strength and fall off like leaves from the tree. And men seeing us imagine that the stars are falling from the heavens, but it is not really so, O King, but we fall because of our weakness, and because we have nowhere anything to lay hold of. And so we fall down like lightning in the depth of the night, and suddenly. And we set cities in flames and fire in the field, for the stars have firm foundation in the heavens like the sun and the moon. The reason this has me shaking is I'm an ex-psychic, and I was accurate. I could give you safe combinations. I helped police solve murders. I was accurate, so I always thought it was a gift from God. Nope. Basically, the demons fly up into the heaven, trying to overhear the conversations of angels about the future, so they can come down and whisper it into mediums' ears. But when they are caught, fireballs are thrown at them, hence meteors, asteroids. Screenshot, pause to read. When they try to eavesdrop higher up in the heavens, they are chased by flaming fire, but sometimes they are able to catch something. These jinn are the collaborators of fortune tellers, who use this truth to mix it up with a bunch of lies. So now we have the truth about asteroids, meteors, and falling stars. And by wishing on falling stars, you're telling demons your deepest desires, worshiping creation over the creator.
I'm not gonna lie, I wished on a falling star before, but I didn't know. I didn't know no better. Just like when you go to McDonald's and you get that Coke, you know what I'm saying? You're sipping that Coke from McDonald's, it tastes good, but you don't know that you're getting all those nanobots, and that McDonald's Coke is fire. We don't know, you know what I'm saying? But now we do. And what we do with this information, is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything.
Verse 10, when the third angel let forth the peal of his trumpet, a great star burning like a brilliant torch plummeted from the sky. It crashed into a third of the rivers and the sources of all fresh water. And the name of the star was Absinthe. Some translations might read it as wormwood. Absinthos is the literal, is the Greek. And a third of all the fresh water became poisonous, as if contaminated with absinthe. And many people perished from that water. Now you might be asking yourself, what's the significance of a third of this, a third of that? I can't really answer definitively. I think John is just giving a rough estimation based off of what he sees. There's a lot of death and destruction, but less than half of all things. Anyways, let's continue on.
Do planets exist? That's a hot topic right now. Are planets biblical? The first point I want to make is this. I've seen planets with my own eyes. You don't need NASA to see planets. All you need is a telescope. But even if you don't believe me in that, and you're like, where does it say it in the Bible? You go to Jude 1:13, you see where it says wandering stars. The Greek word there is the word planetes. And that's in link with our word planet. But that's still not clear enough for you. You go to 2 Kings 23:5, God is rebuking them through this writing because they worship the sun, which is real. They worship the moon, which is real. And what's that word right there? Planet. They worship planets, which are real. So the Bible mentions planets at least twice. It even alludes to Venus multiple times.
So we have wandering stars, and it kind of makes you think, if demons lose their power and they fall like leaves from a tree, then what's holding these wandering stars up? What's the significance in that? Drop in the comments below your thoughts.
First option they give us. Well, if we look in Genesis 1, in verse 14, it says, "And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and for years." But notice what it says, "and let them be for signs." So God made lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days and years. Remember, 12 signs was another option it was giving us. But notice what it's saying. The operative word there is not signs, it's lights. So these planets that people have this idea that they're this terrestrial plane, what they actually are lights. According to the Bible, they are lights. So they're not out in this fake thing called space. They're within the firmament of the heaven, and they're to give light upon the earth. Another important point to make about why it's called the 12 signs, instead of basing, calendars on the moon, as the Bible does, what they do is they'll base it, that's where you get like astrology signs. So like Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and they base it on the orbit of the planet. So they take that orbit, divide it into 12, because 360 degrees, which is a circle, is completely easily divided into 12. And each little orbit they take as a new sign, and they use those to worship the hosts of heaven, the 12 signs. Then the other option was constellations. So the other synonym for planets was constellations. And mind you, this is God's word. This is not just something I'm taking off the internet. The word constellation comes up one time, and it's in Isaiah 13, verse 10. And it says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." So what I want you to see here is the Bible says the stars of heaven, and this is the only time the word constellation is used. So it's saying it's different than the stars. So I'm not saying there's no such thing as planets. I'm just saying planets are not what you think they are. They're just balls of light, according to the Bible. Remember, the Bible has to be your main authority. Remember, we went over in Genesis 1 that they were all given for signs and seasons and to give light upon the earth. So all of those objects are no longer giving light. The sun is not giving light, the moon is not giving light, the stars are not giving light, and the constellations. So what that means is that planets are light givers. They give light just like stars do. They give light just like the sun does. That's the first option they give us. Well, if we look in Genesis,
That was interesting that they said the moon was she, so the moon is a female. We might have to dive into that. The moon being a female? That's interesting.
My cell phone mounted onto that apparatus right there.
Hold on. If this is a star, and they're saying this is this an actual seraphim? Where it has eyes around it, and look, it has wheels around it as well. A wheel within a wheel. Those kind of look like eyes going around, y'all. Look at it again.
that's the first option.
But this is my telescope. I had my cell phone mounted on my telescope, okay? It's Bob the Star. All right. This is my cell phone mounted onto that apparatus right there. You see that? The phone mounts onto that. There's the telescope. See the star. Here we go. See that little speck right there? That looks like a grain of salt? That right there. is the fake star that somebody said in the chat that we're looking at. Well, that is not fake. This is TikTok live back on the telly. You can see through the eyepiece. There it is. You can see right in the center of it. See that blue dot? That's what it is. So we're going to go back. And here we go. There it is.
This is an angel. I'm 100% convinced this is an angel now. Wow. I got goosebumps. You guys see that? I got goosebumps. That is a angel. What more proof do you need? In the book of John, it said some people need to see the actual hole in his hand. I get it. I didn't need to see this, but I believe. I need that telescope, y'all. Before I was saving for a drone, but I might take that drone phone and go straight to that telescope. And I need to be doing live so we can do this together. I'm pointing that telescope at the moon. I'm pointing it at stars. I'm gonna get that same apparatus he has. I'm telling you guys right now. This same apparatus he has. If you guys know what that's called, the cell phone holder on the telescope, all that, link it to me. I'm buying it and we're going live together. We're reading that book that we were diving into. This right here. Let me save this. This is a biblical accurate angel. They don't want to show it. Please show it. This is a biblical accurate angel, y'all. Zooming in. Matter of fact, let me screenshot it. Because I'll screenshot it and then Google reverse image that contraption. And we're going live, bucko. Quick screenshot that boy. And I'm gonna order this. I'm gonna order that telescope. I'm ordering that phone holder. And we're going to be doing that live because I'm gonna line it at every single star. I'm gonna go to the darkest sky part. And I've always had a passion for stars, the moon. Growing up, they had me going with all those different nebulas and the stars turn into different dwarfs and all that, man. We're going to go through there. Be looking for that on my future lives. I'm going to get the entire setup.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come.
It reads, before my son Jonathan was resuscitated, he signaled to me as if he's seeing someone, but I can't understand him. So I gave him a paper and pen to write down what he wants to tell me. But I couldn't read his handwriting, so he was so weak already and shaking and couldn't hold the pen properly. But before me, the nurses called Code Blue. He was able to write this, Jesus is real, and it amazed me because it was so clearly readable. And I believe he saw Jesus because Addie, my wife, seen a bright light and a hand holding my son ascended, and he was smiling. Y'all gonna see some tears, man. I might have to hurry up and end this video. All right, guys, that's all I got for today's video. Yeah, very interesting one. This is definitely very interesting. Code word, if you made it this far, the code word is stars. The code word of this video is stars. When you type stars in the comments, it lets me know that you're a real one. You made it all the way through the end of the video, beginning to start. The waters didn't get too deep and you turned the jet ski around. No, you were right side by side with me, full throttle. Then we jumped in the submersible. We're going deep. You're going deep right with me, man. And I love you guys. I appreciate you. I'm going to see you at the same place, same time tomorrow. I pump these boys out daily. I got playlists that you can go to sleep to if you need something to watch. You know, if you haven't seen my older episodes, I highly suggest you go back and watch those. I got a lot of bangers you can watch, playlists you can watch, go to sleep to. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. God bless and good night. Peace out.